Hello everybody, you are looking in live at Corsair Stadium as we welcome you to sunny Santa Monica, California for today's season opening divisional matchup featuring the visiting College of the Desert Roadrunners taking on the 1-0 Santa Monica College Corsairs. Alongside Gary Hughes, I'm Landon Klotz. Gary, how are we feeling about today's matchup?
Feeling great, Landon. Looking for a second win in a row by Santa Monica and to extend the great offensive explosion we had last week against Victor Valley.
Yes, sir. They look to do exactly that. Coin toss happened just a moment ago, and the Corsairs are going to be receiving. And if it's any indication of how powerful they can be receiving, last game, we know what happened.
Oh yeah, Santa Monica had a 98-yard kickoff return in the second half, and we also had a great running back last game where we had 4 touchdowns. So we're off and running, no pun intended, and looking to keep that going today.
That's exactly right. Both teams taking the field, referees getting their jogs out, going to where they need to be, and the team will take the field here in just a minute. As we look ahead, SMC, right? It's the nature of a community college, Gary. There's every single year, basically a new cast, essentially, new fresh faces for both teams. This being the first game for College of the Desert, we really don't know exactly what to expect from them in today's matchup. They could show up like the New England Patriots today, and we don't even know.
Landon, we're flying blind.
We are, yes. First thing we get to look at for College of the Desert is this guy's leg right here. That'll be Dylan Armorendez with the kickoff.
And here we go.
End zone touchback. Corsairs gonna get a nice little setup. And you mentioned it was funny at the beginning, actually. I didn't even think about this. There's the new NFL kickoff rule. So the kickoff you guys just witnessed right now is a thing of the past in professional football, opting for a far more safe kickoff that's has been known as pretty much the most dangerous play in football, right, Gary?
Absolutely. It's still called old school, and it's kind of surprised college is doing it as well, and NFL is changing. Usually I think it would be the other way around.
Yeah, the young guys try it out first, yep. and then it eventually makes it up. SMC's first snap here, lining up in shotgun. Play action play, a little bubble pass to the backfield, about a 5-yard gain.
Nice little flare out.
Reception good to Maurice Herrera, his first of the day, about 4-yard gain. And they look to set up here, 2nd and 5.
Michael Cruz last week threw for over 250 yards and a couple of touchdowns, so let's see if he can continue that track today.
He's got an arm for sure. Stacking the left side is the Corsair offense, and it will be a handoff. That should be good enough for a first down. 2 plays, 1 first down for the Corsair offense, starting out strong here.
Moving the chains.
That's
good blocking up front by Corsair's offensive line as well.
Definitely. Chatting with the coaches, setting up the plays. We got 4 wide receivers out. Oh, and a little movement from the defense and the offense there. We'll see what the call is. The reception is good for about 3-yard gain.
Had trips to the right, trying to overload that side, and somebody moved.
I saw the defense go first. Yeah, looking at first down here. So basically just a replay on downs. Looks like they're going to set up. Where are they marking the ball? There we go. Yeah. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Corsairs as they look to approach midfield and try to score on this opening drive.
Going trips to the left this time. Let's see what happens.
Trips left, lining up in shotgun once again. Play is off, handoff straight up the middle. A lot of yardage and more crosses the midfield. Down.
I could drive my car through that hole.
Oh, yeah.
Good blocking up front by the Corsairs continues. And we got an injury in the field too, from College of the Desert.
Yeah, great blocks, gutted up the middle. We do have one of the College of the Desert road runners down. Can't quite get his number. Holding his left knee, it looks like. This is the nature of the game, as we were talking about. Hopefully he will get up and feel okay. But yeah, again, going back to the kickoff, right? That was the most dangerous play in football for forever, essentially. You got 20 guys running full speed at each other with one dude holding the ball. And, you know, all the other offensive plays in football, you kind of have, you're starting from set. You're blocking each other and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it's interesting to see the college kickoff stay the same, especially in, like, community college level even.
When you think about it, you got grown men, 11 men coming down, they're 200 pounds plus, running 50 to 60 yards full speed, and they're hitting a guy usually about 200 pounds as a running back.
Right.
So it's kind of a matter of physics over time where something's going to give. And I think the NFL finally realized they have a problem here. You can quite hear that.
Referee's mic is not doing too hot. Hopefully our mic sounds better. Huh? That was number 88, Isaac Baranko, with the injury. He did get up on his own and walked off looking all right.
12:50 on the game clock.
He'll go get checked out.
You can tell them, please. 12:50 on the game clock.
Okay.
12:50.
12:50.
12:50. This is your home?
So after the injury timeout, we line up on first down once again, setting up just at the 39-yard line. Corsairs eyeing the red zone here. Nice pass out to the left side. A couple yards gained. There is a flag on the field on the far side of the field. We'll see what that call is going to be.
I think College of Desert's still feeling their way out since this is really their first game. And it's a matter of timing on the defense.
Definitely. Corsairs have the advantage a little bit. Got to get their feet wet in their big victory last week. A 52-34 win against Victor Valley College.
They opened Victor Valley Stadium with a nice surprise there.
Yeah, that's not the way.
Nothing like losing your home game in your brand new stadium.
Yeah, they got a new stadium built out there in Victorville. Probably an attraction out there in Victorville.
Sure.
There's nothing out there, man. So the whole town probably showed up and SMC delivered. That'll be a sack. 3 guys on the play. One of them was the injured number 88 for College of the Desert, so he's feeling good, hyped up. And that'll be the first sack for the Corsairs after a few completions in a row right there. They're really driving down the field.
He was looking for somebody that doesn't show up, so he had to eat the ball. Better than throwing a pick.
So loss of a couple yards on that play as they line up once again in shotgun. Desert is showing a blitz once again, and it will come.
There we go.
Check down route,
Nice
little
pass.
slant up the middle, and that'll be good for a first down. Reception by Jonathan Joseph.
Cruz has shown his accuracy today, just like he did last week.
Correction, Sean Greer with the reception. Hand up the gut. Good for nothing. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Just a couple yards outside of the red zone. What do the Corsairs need to do here?
Well, they're mixing it up quite nice with a couple passes and a run, so I continue that because it seems like College of the Desert's not stopping them, so I would keep mixing up the plays like that.
Yeah. They're a little bit over the run, a little bit more, it seems like, the past couple of plays, but the passes have been great, man.
Swing on
Another reception right there out to the outside. And he was still going after some contact, stepped out.
I guess he
though.
jumped out.
Yeah.
Because he was still going, like you said.
Cody Lambert with the reception and the fancy moves. Not good enough for a first down, though. We're looking at a 3rd and about 7 here as they line up at the 21-yard line. Definitely within field goal range for the Corsairs if they happen to get stopped here. Big blitz showing, and they did jump
Free
off
play.
sides.
Free play. Oh. Another offsides on College of the Desert.
Yeah, it seems like they get a little antsy when coach calls for the blitz.
Yeah.
Huh? So they want to be the hero with the sack.
Cruz was heads up enough to continue the play and shoot for the touchdown. Just didn't work.
100%. So a free first down here in the red zone on their first drive. If you're the Roadrunners, not something you want. Already 3 penalties against here in this first drive.
And they still weren't set on defense. Here we go.
Handoff off to the right side. Just gets past the 10-yard line.
Corsairs are taking advantage of seemingly lack of practice by College of the Desert's defense because their timing is just totally off.
They are, yeah. A couple plays where they're either not set up, and then if they are, they're jumping off sides, it seems, on the blitz. Shotgun setting up for a pass out to the outside, and it's an interception.
Oh.
Intercepted in the end zone.
Stepped in front of them.
Great read there by the corner for College of the Desert. That was number 22, Jaden McCray, with the interception.
Heads up play, he just literally stepped in front of the Corsairs receiver to take that ball away in the end zone.
And that's tough. 3-4 penalties against. If you're the Corsair offense, you're driving down the field, you're getting help from the opposing team. You finally line up at the 9-yard line and an interception in the end zone. They could have at least walked away with 3.
Yeah.
But it'll be a turnover on downs as we look at the offense for College of the Desert for the first time this season. Handoff out to the outside, a little read, and good for nothing there. Back to the line of scrimmage.
Blowing up their offensive line and came in for, looked like a loss. Uh-oh, good. Someone down on the Corsairs.
Another first Corsair injury, another injury on the field with about 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. So 4 total first downs for the Corsairs on that opening drive. 1 for 2 on third down on that opening drive as well. Drove down the field for about 50 yards. Got past the halfway point, like we said, got to the 9-yard line, and then ended up throwing the pick. This looks like maybe a little bit more serious of an injury here.
Their offense was mixing up well, passing or run, moving the chains, and just unfortunate that they threw the pass to the end zone and guy stepped in front of them the last moment.
We'll try to get
Could have been a 6.
a look at who is the injured player here.
Looks like 52.
Yes, sir. It'll be Sharif Jado. And if I remember correctly, he was a kind of a notable player. Yeah, he led all players last week with 13 tackles for the Corsair defense.
Yeah,
So that'll be a key loss if he stays on the sideline.
he's not putting any weight on that leg at all either.
No, he's not. Not a good sign for the Corsair defense. First play of the drive, and your best guy goes out. So it's a handoff up the gut. They test out the middle once more and gain a couple yards there.
Good gang tackle by the Corsairs.
Alan McKeefrey, the quarterback,
Quick huddle.
getting the start for the Desert College today. And he lines up in shotgun a 3rd time in a row. This time, lines up for his first pass of the season. It's a long one, and he overthrows.
Looks like the
Throw
ref
the flag on the play
called
there.
Jones for offensive pass interference, defensive pass interference. I think he pushed him out of the bounds.
Yeah, and those are the tough ones. Ball was pretty much overthrown, but yeah, if you are gonna, let's see the call here.
Unnecessary to do that.
Yeah, it's gonna be pass interference against the Corsairs.
Well, it's a 15-yarder too.
That'll be a lot, good chunky yardage for Desert on their first passing play of the game. No receptions yet, but a good gain of yards there for them as they look to drive down the field as well. Play out to the right side, flags flying, and he gets out of bounds past the 50-yard line.
This is the start of the season, Landon, so
Yeah.
penalties galore.
And that was Tommy Ansley with the ball there, but we got flags galore, as you said. We will see what the call is, and we also have one of the College of the Desert linemen down, I believe. And when your linemen start going down, Gary, that's not a good
I'm
sign.
gonna try and
You
see
need
his
those
number who
guys.
that is.
You need those guys.
I think it's McKay Benson, number 58. Offensive lineman, College of Desert, who's still down. I won't say writhing in pain, but he doesn't look very happy.
Doesn't look good.
And he's being helped up again. That's
Yeah.
right, 58.
Number 58.
Trying not to put any weight on that leg. I've become an expert over time watching football of how the players limp off the field or don't limp off the field,
Yeah,
if they're coming back second half or not.
right.
He doesn't look good.
Yeah. Well wishes out to McKay Benson as he gets helped off to the College of the Desert sideline. And as I mentioned, you start losing your linemen. Those are your core guys, Gary, as you're trying to go through any run, any pass, anything. You
Sure.
need those guys up front.
Hopefully, the Corsair defense can go through there and get some more sacks.
That's right.
Swing pass out.
That's out to
Good
the
cover.
outside. Yeah.
Good cover by 7.
Great tackle right there.
Devin Williams from Corsairs.
Devin
the
Williams
ball.
almost got beat, but he reached out. A good tackle to keep it. The second down. Quick huddle once again. College of Desert likes to run and gun, as we've seen so far. Fast
Throw
one
up the
hand
middle.
up the gut. That'll be good. For about a 5-ish yard gain.
Straight ahead, right through the middle. Testing our defensive line on the Corsairs.
Yeah, and the defense for the Corsairs, they got the massive victory over against Victor Valley, 52-34, right? We can't it can't be understated. However, giving up 30 points,
Yeah,
there's got to be a lapse on defense somewhere.
that's right. Defense
Yes.
needs to tighten up.
Right. So, moving forward, I'm sure Coach over this past week was harping on the defensive side. Hey, offense is fine. We scored 52 points. Let's tighten up these 34.
Most of that scoring last week was in the first half as well.
Lining up in shotgun once again.
Here we go.
Nice
Nice.
up the middle. Great deflection there. Devin Williams getting his hands in the play once again. His name looks to be all over the stat sheet so far in their
Showing
first
good cover.
defensive
Very
drive.
good cover. Fourth down for, I'm going to refer to him as a Desert the rest of the game, I think. We already know they're in college.
That's easy, yeah. Lining up for the punt is the Rogue Runners. Kind of a short punt there, lands at around the 25 and will settle around the 21-yard line there. And that's where the Corsairs will set up shop for their second drive. What do they need to do different, if anything, in comparison to that first drive?
I'd like to see them power run the ball more against the Desert since they had success. We know they can throw, but I'd still like to see more balance, and we'll see what they do.
Yeah. So 1 first down for College of the Desert on that last drive. They were able to kind of get some yardage there. Didn't get past midfield, however, and had to punt the ball away. So already the Corsairs kind of taking the advantage on offense and defense, even though they threw a pick. And it'll be a hand off up the middle for about a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Reynoso last week for the Corsair scored 4 touchdowns rushing. So I'd like to see him get off to a good start today as well.
Yeah, looking at him, he definitely got handed the ball the most. 23 carries in that game last week. And as you mentioned, 4 total touchdowns. He seems like the go-to guy. What a scramble. Almost Patrick Mahomes-esque there. Crazy good scramble. Got the reception. No yardage to prove it, though. That will just be chalked up as something cool that happened. He was able to evade a couple tackles there. And
of course, a lot of the pundits in the NFL are saying Caleb Williams might be the next Patrick Mahomes. So, time will tell.
we'll see. 3rd and long here. The first 3rd and long situation for the Corsairs. Trying to draw the Desert defense off sides with a couple fake actions. Here we go. Shotgun pass.
Nice.
Up the middle.
Nice. Wide open.
Yeah. Huge reception for the first down to Amir Smith, the freshman out of Venice High.
It's the 3rd time they've gone in the middle of the field for reception, so the College of Desert needs to tighten that up.
Yeah, the middle seems wide open as of now.
They
Swallowed
sniffed out
up.
Reynoso on that one.
Swallowed up, yeah.
Loss of yards.
2nd down here, looking at about 6.5 minutes to go here in the first. Both teams loving shotgun so far. I don't think anybody's
Absolutely.
lined up under center.
Here we go. Oh,
Ooh.
going over the middle again. This time not successful.
Searching for Amir Smith on the slant route once again, just on the opposite side of the field. And just over his head out of reach. It was a well-placed ball for where the
Very
defenseman
well.
was, though.
Yeah.
Had it been any lower, it would have been another pick. Huge pass, wow.
Ooh, almost intercepted.
Yeah, another one in jeopardy of an
Threw it behind the
interception.
receiver, so the timing's off a little bit there.
That was Jade Slack, the cornerback, trying to get that one, and he slipped trying to grab the interception.
So usually Landon's quarterback would say, oh, it's a timing thing. The receiver would say, well, I ran my route. The quarterback would say, no, you cut it short. So that's a discussion between the quarterback and receiver. So that was a little bit of both at that time.
Yeah, that might be one for the film room. They might be watching it right now.
They
Hey
might
guys,
be.
what's up?
Uh-oh.
Fake
Fumbled snap.
fumbled.
And the Desert has them on about the 20-yard line of Santa Monica.
Wow, huge play
It's a kicking
there.
mistake by the Corsairs.
Yeah, and they need to capitalize big time. Big play, swallowed that up.
Second big break for the College of the Desert, I'm sorry.
So now, rather than being all the way on the opposite side of the field, they get an easy lineup here right at the front of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Let's see what the Corsair defense is going to do.
Alan McKeefrey lining up in shotgun once again. Steps back for the pass. Blitz is coming. Scrambles out to the left side. And he passes the line of scrimmage and scrambles around for about 4 yards before he steps out of bounds.
Good awareness by their quarterback because the receivers are covered. He just took the yards he could.
Yeah, yards are yards when you're this close to the end zone here. Especially free yards.
True.
Like they just earned from that fumbled punt. Now lining up at the 13-yard line. And this is their really first time in the red zone as a team, as a unit. So we'll see what coach calls and what the players can do. A little read option here. Flicks it out to the outside. And gets tackled around the 6-yard line. Rush there by Christian Davis for the Roadrunners. And we've already seen Alan McKeefrey, the quarterback, likes to run. They gave him a little read option play right there. He's essentially looking for the defender to see if he should take it up the gut a little bit, make a cut, or pass it out to the outside.
He's doing a good job at that too.
Yeah, a couple of those plays have been called by Desert so far, so we know the quarterback likes to run. And that's kind of the nature of the game. Handoff.
Corsair's buckling down on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe got a yard.
About a yard there, just crosses the 5-yard line.
Christian Davis again.
We've already, it's kind of inevitable when we're talking about football in general. We've already talked about Mahomes. We've talked about, you mentioned Caleb Williams. It's kind of the nature of today's game. If you're a quarterback, you got to be able to run now.
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
You got to have legs and you got to be an accurate thrower as well.
Yeah. Both of these guys looking like they play the part pretty well so far. Motion in the backfield, jet sweep out, and the Corsair defense swallows
Covered
it.
by the Corsairs. They read that one easily.
Yeah, huge play right there. Jeremiah Blackman on the tackle in the backfield right there. The big linebacker out of Crenshaw High School. So, not punching it in as quickly as they'd like to for Desert. Clock is winding down here in the first. We got just under 3 minutes to go. Scrambling around, looks like quarterback's going to take it. Allen gets tackled in the backfield. And that's big Devin Williams once again. His name is all over the stat sheet today, Gary.
Starring on defense today.
Yeah.
Nice tackle there by Devin, and of course he had 2 good covers earlier in the game.
2 great covers, huge tackle in the backfield to force a
Fourth
fourth
down.
down and a field goal attempt here. First field goal of the season for Dylan Armendariz. Whistles from the refs before the kickoff, or field goal, sorry. And that'll be a penalty on Desert.
Too many men on the field, I think.
Yeah, one of them ran away, so.
Yep, 12 men on the field. The ref caught it, doing his job. So we back it up 5 more yards.
Yeah.
Still kind of a chip shot.
They'll still be able to chip it just from about 15 yards or so. And
So
that's good.
So the turnover, well, not the turnover, but the block punt results in a 3-point score for the College of the Desert.
Yeah, so far it seems like maybe the football gods are with Desert's side as of right now, with the interception in the end zone and then the big swallow up on the punt fumble. They didn't actually recover, but tackled him down at the 20-yard line. And
Let's see
Set
if
up shop.
Maurice Herrera could do his magic like he did last week and get a 90-yard touchdown return on a second half kickoff.
yeah, Corsairs need something here. Down 3-0, just approaching the end of the first quarter here.
And like we talked about earlier, it's old school kickoff rules still in college football. So kicking from the 35-yard line. Let's see what's going to happen. You can just say Herrera is fast.
Yeah. We'll look for him. And the kickoff is underway. Oh no.
Lost his footing, and the ref's going to call him down.
The ref calls it down, yeah. You don't need
Bad
to be
break from
touched
Corsair.
to be down here in college, so just as we were saying, seems like another stroke of bad luck for the Corsairs as they need to set up their offense at the 2-yard line.
I thought, Landon, yesterday was Friday the 13th.
I thought so too, but yeah, saved a little bad luck for the 14th here at the Corsair Pavilion. Not even the 2, that's the 1. That's the 1,
That's
Harry.
the 1.
That's your own 1 yard line. Backed up against the wall.
Well, let's hope the running game's on par right now. We can push out and get some more daylight for the quarterback.
Quarterback lines up under shotgun this time, and he just does a little keeper, tries to get a couple yards, and it looks like he does push ahead for a
Little
few.
wiggle room.
Yeah, just get something to work with. So they'll be placed at the 5 now. That gives you a little wiggle room. We know they like to line up in shotgun, so that's probably enough room for that now.
Absolutely. Let's see what Angelo Gasca, coordinator for SMC, is going to call here.
And it will be a
Yeah,
handoff.
I know, we got a first down.
Yeah, big handoff there. Just enough for a first. And the Corsairs continue driving down the field. Doesn't seem to be like first downs are an issue for the Corsair offense.
No, we got a big we got a big offensive line to use that size and strength. Keep moving the chains.
6 total first downs for the Corsairs opposed to Desert's 2. However, Desert with the 3-0 lead here as the ball is swung out to the left side, dances around a couple guys and only gets a few yards there.
Just couldn't turn the corner on that one.
That's Jermaine Stewart on the tackle for Desert. Big linebacker there in the middle. And they're lining up in a blitz formation now, and the blitz does come, and it's him again. Jermaine Stewart with the sack right after a big play.
Right through the offensive line for the Corsairs.
Yeah, they had no answer for that outside blitz right there. Players are heading to their sidelines. I believe that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Yep.
Score 3-0 in favor of the Desert Roadrunners. Have you ever seen a Roadrunner, Gary? You ever seen one?
In real life, I have not.
No.
I used to watch them on the cartoons all the time. I always pulled for Wile E. Coyote too. So.
Wow.
But I think the Corsairs' second quarter need to eliminate the mistakes they've been making, because they have been driving the ball down the field, but the interception and the block punt did not help.
Yeah. To your point, yeah, driving down the field with kind of ease, really. The run is firing. You know, you get swallowed up here and there, but that's the nature of the game. The pass is looking good. They're able to get a lot up the middle, which is usually the more hard spot to get those completions. However, just a couple silly mistakes or even just bad luck, really, has them looking at a 3-0 deficit. If they can tie up those silly little mistakes, they look to really run away with the lead, honestly, the Corsairs.
I agree.
I'm not seeing anything from Desert that looks like they should be dominating right now.
I think when Santa Monica was running up the middle, they had more success in trying to go around outside, and let's see what they're going to do this quarter. Go with what's working.
Second quarter underway now. Wow.
Risky pass.
Yeah. Really
Defenders
risky
right
pass.
around receiver and almost picked off again.
Couple of Roadrunners right next to the wide receiver there, and it will be a whole changing of units here. 4th down for the Corsairs. And it'll be Jaden Espada lining up in the very back of his own end zone to punt this thing away. So looking for some better luck on this punt. You can't afford to fumble the ball right here in your own end zone.
And he gets it away cleanly.
Gets it away. Solid punt, solid reception, however.
Good tackle.
And great tackle there.
Cody Lambert, flying tackle his ankles. He brings him down about the 48-yard line. Good play.
Yeah, there was some room to run around there, but Lambert making the field look tiny. Closing them off and making Desert work for these yards this time. Let's see if they can put together their first drive down the field. Cody Lambert, as I was doing my research before the game, he's from Mammoth.
Sure, he's a good skier.
Yeah, Mammoth High School. That must be
That's over 10,000 feet high, right?
that must be a cool upbringing to go to high school there.
My skiing days are over since my knee injury.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a snowboarder myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm up in Mammoth all the time. Maybe Cody Lambert and I can have a word after today's game. Handoff up the middle. A lot of motion. No yards. However, the Corsair defense able to stand their ground.
Desert trying to draw a play, didn't really go anywhere. Santa Monica didn't bite on that one.
Did not bite. Sun is setting here in Santa Monica with a lot more shade on the field now. Scrambled out to the outside. Nice reception there by Michael Jenkins Jr. on the outside as he slides down for the catch.
Kiefer was just looking for open receiver. He's running to get the time to do it. He made that happen. Legs led to the reception.
That was Jenkins' second reception of the day. Total of 11 yards so far for him. Another draw play up the middle. This time it works. Huge gain there. The big draw play run by Ramon Carson.
And line up quick again.
Yeah, Desert putting together a nice little drive so far. Scrambling out to the outside once again, and that'll just be a throwaway.
Incomplete.
If nothing else, the Corsair defense is definitely making Alan McKeefrey scramble almost every single time he steps back to throw.
And they're trying to counter that with just quick snaps too, trying to catch Corsairs off guard. Of course, it's time to reset now when he just threw the ball incomplete. I've
So,
really seen
long
Santa
punt.
Monica more of a 7-man line. They're going with 4 to 5 and dropping more DBs back.
Looking for more coverage in the midfield here. Blitz is coming from the linebackers though. Big pressure here.
Right.
Great blocks. Pass up the middle. And look at that.
There's our man, Devin Williams again.
Yeah, Devin Williams breaking up another pass.
He's got closing speed, I'll tell you that, on the receiver.
Just from my count, he's broken up at least 3-4 passes and been a part of a few really big tackles for the Corsair defense. Couple long huddles in a row here for Desert, talking over a little bit more in depth what they want to do offensively here on 3rd and long. Step back for a throw, a little screen to the outside, wide receiver screen, and he cuts all the way across to the left side of the field.
Good saving tackle.
And stumbles just before reaching that first down marker.
That could have went for 6 if he didn't trip him up there.
Really could have, yeah. Wide receiver screen all the way on the right side of the field, ends up stumbling across to the left sideline. And they're going for it on 4th and short. or they're at least trying to draw Corsairs offsides. Corsairs look like they're holding their strength motion in the backfield. Handoff up the gut. Yeah, good for a first down. And more. And he gets drilled at the 5-yard line.
That's just brute strength by Desert going straight up the middle on him on the run.
Ramon Carson with another solid run. And yeah, they went for it. 4th and short in field goal range. So kind of a gutsy call right there to go for it. And they are rewarded as they line up at the 5 now.
1st and goal.
And they look to get a 2-possession lead against the Corsairs. Just under 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Shotgun motion in the backfield once again. Carson, the handoff again, and he makes it all the way in the end zone.
Desert.
Ramon Carson with the first touchdown for the Desert Roadrunners of their season.
It's not very complicated. They're putting the fast receivers in motion. Of course, Santa Monica has to cover them, and it's opening up the middle, and that's what's happened the last 3 run plays for them.
Yeah, they've been doing that every single time, and it's
also
working.
touchdown.
4th down conversion, and then punched it in. Same thing, exactly like you said. Yeah, fast wide receiver in motion. Here's the point after attempt, and it's good. So the Roadrunners take a 10-0 lead here with 11:45 to go in the first half. The Corsairs look to respond here, really. They need to respond before halftime, or else this thing starts to kind of slip away out of your hands.
Well, they're down 10-0 right now to the Desert, and like you said, we got more than 11 minutes to go here to get some offense kicking.
Now, in their first game against Victor Valley, they did go to halftime losing. They were in a deficit, only of 3 points, however. And then, of course, they came back with their massive third quarter, 28 points in the third quarter to really stack on top and get that victory. So no strangers to going to the locker room in a deficit, but got to make it a little bit closer here. You'd like to get at least a field goal.
And a lot of times at this level, college and pro, that's the coaches in halftime making adjustments to what the other team's doing.
Right. He returns it pretty shallow, so he's able to go 35-yard line is where he ends up for the Corsairs. Good field position.
Amir Smith making the return.
And if you're the Corsairs, or a Corsair fan, you're happy about that. 35-yard line to set things up. Good field position once again with 11:38 to go in the first half. Man, that Desert defense really shows blitz. They look scary every time they line up. That really psychs out a quarterback. And it's a fake handoff out to the outside. Great spin
Lambert
move.
again.
Lambert with the fancy feet. He put on his ski boots for that one. And he's able to get about 6 yards on the play. Second and short for the Corsairs. As they hand it off up the gut. Gets swallowed up right away, however.
Second effort got in the game.
Get that yards after contact. Huge pickup of a first down there by Pierce Reynoso on the handoff.
Time to get him on the board. He went for 4 scores last week. Let's see if he can do something this week.
Stepping back, pressure comes.
Let's see
that's
the
why.
guy.
Yeah, that's
Laundry's coming out. He was all over
That was, yeah.
Sean Greer, a receiver for Santa Monica.
And that'll be a pass interference call against Jade Slack for the Desert defense. So some free yardage Much needed free yardage for the Corsair offense.
Coach Gaska is trying to come up with something that's gonna get the Corsairs in the end zone. Another
Another
penalty,
one.
free it's okay, it's gonna, although intercepted, it's coming back because that was a free play for Santa Monica. It's gonna be offsides on the desert,
Yeah.
and they know it.
Yeah, he knows it, and he immediately. Very rarely do you see a cornerback. That was Jaden McCray on the interception there. Very rarely do you see someone intercept the ball and then get mad right afterwards. He's wishing that his boys up front helped him out there. So the interception will not stay. Would have been the second one of the day already for the Corsairs offense.
Let's see what we're gonna draw up now.
Yeah, taking a
Cruz
little
is
longer.
staring into the coaching staff. Give me a play, coach. I want to keep the momentum going here, whether it's gain by yardage or a penalty, same thing.
And Cruz, I'm sure, is very happy about that. He had 2 interceptions in the first game of the season, so wants to at least cut that in half for this game. Reception out to the outside, swallowed up was Sean Greer. No yardage on the play there. And they're close to field goal range for this kicker. This guy's got a leg.
He's got a leg.
Game 1, a 42-yard field goal. He's 1 for 1 field goals so far, the Corsair. Kicker
Very
pass
good.
up the middle. I saw another flag fly, however. We'll see what happens. That was a pass good for Maurice Herrera. And we'll see what the penalty is. That was Herrera's 3rd reception of the day if it stays.
First down for Santa Monica, about the 33-yard line.
So now they are in field goal range according to the kicker.
Reynoso up the middle.
Yeah, Reynoso.
Nice game.
I like the way he runs. Puts his head down and just trucks everybody in front of him.
He's the working horse. You just need to ride him more.
Yeah, he's the guy. A lot of his scoring plays, you look at the box score of game 1, a lot of them were 2-yard touchdown rushes. When you see that showing up, you know he's the reliable guy they like to hand off to. Sacked. Sacked in the backfield. A fake handoff, but it does not fake the road.
Probably should have handed off.
Yeah, he should have.
He had a nice 4-yard gain there.
He did. That was Callum Armstrong, the defensive end.
3rd and 5 for the Corsairs.
6'6", 230, that defensive end. How'd you like to get tackled by that?
And he's got speed.
So 3rd and 5. Corsairs definitely looking to just move the chains here at least, and they do just about that. Reception up the middle. It's going to be right on that first down line. We'll see.
Cody Lambert again.
Cody Lambert, good for the first down. They will move the chains. And the Corsair offense knocking on the door of the red zone with about 8.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Handoff up the gut once again. That one good for maybe a yard.
That was a high snap and took his timing away a little bit.
That was already the 10th rushing attempt for Reynoso. About 53 yards on the day for him. Already stringing together a nice day. See if he can
That's a
match
good-
those 4 touchdowns.
That's a
in his
good
first
game for a lot of running backs.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There's a slant out to the outside. Pass completed to Sean Greer.
And he got the ball back too. Good play. Heads up. But first and goal again for Corsairs. Let's see if they can punch it in this time with no mistake.
Yeah, they're probably going to look to Reynoso on the handoff here at the 4-yard line. See if he can punch it in. They'll line up at shotgun. Reynoso ready. Fake handoff. Pass out to the outside. And he does.
Oh, touchdown.
Maurice Herrera.
Santa Monica.
Big touchdown completion for Maurice Herrera. His 4th reception of the day already. About 20.
Let's see what the ref's calling here because he went for the
What do they got?
flag at the end.
Uh-oh.
I think the other ref might be overruling him. Whether he was in the end zone or not.
So maybe not. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Now they're backing up, so.
Oh yeah, that'll be a penalty on the Corsair offense of some kind. And a costly penalty. That's a that
I
was
wonder if
definitely
that-
a 15-yarder, so it was
that was a personal foul
yeah, it
or
was
something.
a personal of some kind. That was a 15-yarder. They stack all the way back up to the 19-yard line.
Might have been sportsmanship because of the dance after the score.
Ooh,
That could be another
little
penalty.
movement.
Here we go. Oh, almost a great catch.
Tried to get it back to Sean Greer for some redemption. Incomplete pass, 2 flags on the field. I did see the Desert defense move before. Let's see if
Did
the
too.
refs saw the same thing.
Here we go. That's going to give them another first down for Santa Monica.
That's right. The ball will move forward once again. So, kind of just
Maybe-
moving back and forth. From,
Maybe
from
we're
penalties.
just practicing, trying to get in the end zone because we were so good last week, and we just want to kind of get warmed up this week.
Yeah, a lot
So
of
get close, pull it back, get close, pull it back.
They're definitely stacking up their time in the red zone. That's for sure.
Yes, they sure are. Still interested in what that call was on the 15-yarder.
They're trying to get that ball to Sean Greer, as they've done 3 times already. 3 receptions on the day for number 9 with 32 yards, averaging over 10 yards per catch. So he's Mr. Reliable out there on the outside for the Corsair offense. Lining up in shotgun, 10-yard line. Passing up the middle,
Oh,
incomplete.
drop
Amir Smith with a little bit of butterfingers right there.
Got to look it into your hands.
Yeah.
I think he was running before he caught it.
Well, and that's also the nature of passing in the middle like that. You gotta assume pretty much every wide receiver is expecting a hit right after the catch.
Absolutely.
So
Well, and that
anytime,
could be no flag on that one. It looked like he pushed our receiver a little bit.
tried to get Sean Greer in the corner once again. But it'll be incomplete. Again at the 10-yard line, looking at a 3rd down. No chance for a first. They're just past the 10-yard line.
Let's see what Coach Gaska's going to call it this time. Here we
Same
go.
formation for the offense. That's good. Wide open. Maurice Herrera was just outside of his fingertips. Couldn't pull that one in. And the field goal unit will take the field for the Corsairs. You wish you could take that one back.
Yes. I think we're just teasing them. Getting this close. I think Santa Monica's going to have a good second half. I got a feeling. Still 7 minutes ago, though, in the second quarter.
Yeah, more than enough time to get another possession if you're the Corsairs. A quick 3 and out, and you got some time on your hands. Field goal is up and is good.
Banged it in there.
Hit one of the posts, the right side post, but still good. 3 points tallied on for the Corsairs. 10-3 the score 7 minutes and a little bit of change to go in the first half. So they make it a 1-score deficit.
They're moving the ball, Landon. You know, that's not the problem. The problem's the mistakes.
Costly mistakes. Costly mistakes. Pretty much every drive has definitely been chalked up to that.
Yep.
Really can't blame anything else. The run is moving. Quarterback, Michael Cruz, doing his best job out there with 11 completions, 77 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception for him. Would have been 2. But he's not going to mention that.
Of course not.
Only we will. Corsair set to kick it off.
Nice kick.
Received at about the 2-yard line.
Good,
Throw.
Trevor.
Huge tackle by Daniel Hildebrand there. Flying in from the left side. And that's exactly the start you want if you want to get the ball back before halftime.
Absolutely. We got them kind of pinned down right now, and we got to take advantage of it. Some strong defense. Maybe we'll get a break here on a turnover or two.
So they'll line up at about their 18-yard line or so.
It's been a lot of action for just 13 total points being scored in this first half.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth. I definitely think a lot of the game has been chalked up to either penalties or mistakes. Handoff up the gut, big yardage here. Huge run.
So close to stopping him a yard or two in. He just missed that tackle.
Tommy Ansley with about a 25-yard rush right there. And if you're the Desert offense, that's exactly what you wanted. Get yourself good field position, keep the clock running, and try to get yourself a score. He gets swallowed up this time in the backfield. Same play they try to go for. Not going to happen. They lose about a yard on the play. 2nd and 11.
Santa Monica wasn't fooled that time, and their defensive line got through, so a couple yard loss.
Shotgun pass. Incomplete out to the
flag in the
outside.
middle of the field again. Let's see what's going to call. Ineligible receiver downfield on the Desert.
Yeah. So
Waved
that'll
off. Make it 2nd down and 12. With about 6 minutes to go in the half.
curious if they're replaying second or there is a 3rd down marker.
They did make it third
Maybe,
down. 3rd and
yeah,
11
might have
now.
been. So 3rd and long, all of a sudden, you're the Corsair defense. You want to kind of tidy things up right here. You got a shot.
Here's the opportunity.
Window is open. Pass play. Scrambling out to the outside. Some hands on the play. Big reception. Able to fight off the defender. Was
turnaround by the receiver on the Desert, because Corsair had it covered very well. Just made a break at the last second on the pass and got the reception.
Callum Armstrong on the reception. Could have been probably an argument for offensive or defensive pass
I was
interference
thinking that
there.
myself, yeah.
Could have been an argument for both, but refs let him play, and Armstrong comes out. His arms were stronger, to put it bluntly.
Put his time in the weight room this week.
1st and 10 at about the 30-yard line for Desert, and they look to extend their lead before half now. Putting together a nice drive. First idea doesn't work, has to scramble all the way out to the right side. And if he's lucky, he gets back to the line of scrimmage before he gets out of bounds.
Keeper, he's showing he's got some wheels and speed there, so got around the corner.
He definitely does. Not often do you see a quarterback make a full cut to the left side of the field and then have to go all the way to the other side and not get tackled. He went out on his own accord. 2nd and 10.
He's not a small quarterback at 6'3", over 200 pounds, so he's got some good speed for that size.
Handoff up the middle.
That time we covered it well.
Yeah, covered it well, but
He's
look
still
at
moving a pile.
yeah, the strength.
Gang tackling by the Corsairs didn't really help there.
Another solid rush by Tommy Ansley.
And we got another injured player down for Santa Monica. That's about the 4th injury today, huh?
Yeah, and other than the kickoff, like we were talking about, that's how I got injured the most when I played football, was those like dog piles.
Yeah.
You know, when everybody would collapse on one guy, and then you end up at the bottom and everyone's stepping on you.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah. That's pretty much how I got injured every single time. 3rd and about 5 with 4.5 minutes to go. Desert leads by 7. Injury does not look to be too serious for the Corsairs. He's able to kind of run off the field. But it's McKeefrey trying to put together a nice drive. Flags stop the play. Who was that? Did you see him?
Procedure against Desert.
Yeah.
Bringing it back 5. Still 3rd down.
So it goes both ways. Costly
Yeah,
penalties
it does.
on both sides. Now that makes it a manageable 3rd and short is a 3rd and 10 now.
Really the start of the season for both teams, so you can kind of expect this at the college level.
Yeah, you got to iron out some of these kinks for sure. 3rd and 10. Let's see what they put together here. Stepping back for a pass. Pressure comes, scrambled out to the outside. Tries to make a beautiful diving catch. D'Angelo Thomas was the intended receiver there. But it'll be 4th and 10. So Desert looks like they're maybe debating if they want to go for it or not. They already went for a 4th down.
Still, here we go.
Yeah, they won't.
Kicking team's coming out.
Maybe not too much faith in their kicker. Took them quite a while to decide
did.
there. Especially with the 7-point lead right before half, you'd at least want to try to get your points. So blocked. The Corsairs
There we
pick it
go.
up. Breaks one tackle.
Carson Cox. Oh,
Fumble.
let's
My
see if
goodness.
he was on the ground. He was on the ground when he fumbled, so. Carson
Yeah.
Cox, as Corsairs picks up the block field goal, runs that back about 5-10 yards.
Wow.
And it's Corsair ball on the 30-yard line.
So big play right there, blocked field goal. Not only do you stop them from putting up 3 points, you get the ball back at a decent spot, just past their 25-yard line.
Got more than enough time to make a drive, see if we can get 6 points on the board before the half.
Yeah, about 3:45 to go here in the first half. Check down up the middle, but he gets
Very
drilled. He did lose the ball. Desert did recover, however, refs are ruling him down. That was Maurice Herrera on the reception. And off up the gut once again for the Corsairs. Man, that ball is flying. That looked like almost another fumble right there. Not good. That handoff once again to Reynoso, his 11th carry of the day.
Working the horse.
Defense jumped there. Wow.
I don't know
Sacked.
who the ref was because it looked like they were over the line.
Yeah, they did
The
not
snap.
call it. That was definitely offsides by the defense. However, they get rewarded big time with the sack.
And with 3 minutes to go, clock running.
Yeah, 4th and long, super quick. A big 3 and out for the Desert defense. And they look to get the ball back with more than enough time for them to try to rack this thing up before half. 10-3 lead still for Desert. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go as the Corsairs look to punt. And again,
There's
every
a
time they
snap.
step back for the punt, we're looking,
Onside
clenching our
kick.
fists.
Was hoping for a turnover there.
Fair catch at the 40-yard line. And with 2 minutes and 22 seconds, Desert will get a swing at it one more time to see if they can extend their 7-point lead.
Santa Monica just seems like they have to hold them in check for this drive to get to halftime at this score. They don't want to dig too deep of a hole starting off the second half of the game. Right now it's just a 1 score difference.
Yeah, once it starts getting higher than that, you're looking at a long uphill battle. And with the way they've been playing today, they don't need that ahead of them. Jet sweep out to the outside. Rush by Robert Abetti, number 12, on Desert. And he'll get about 8 yards on the play.
Stayed in. Clock's still running. 2:10 left, first half.
Ball lined up right at midfield. Once again, 2 minutes to go in the first half. Desert leads by 7.
And that's 2-minute warning for the half. With College of Desert 10, Santa Monica 3. And we got the 2-minute warning timeout.
2-minute warning.
I was looking at the stats from last game, and Herrera, if I read it right, had 8 rushes, no yards. But he seems like on some of the plays that he can actually take off, but for whatever reason he's not.
Yeah, it seems like, nothing stellar really by the Desert defense, but
No.
they're there when they need to be, it seems like.
Yeah.
They're definitely making the plays when they need to make them. And then the Corsairs are there with a little sprinkle of bad luck on their side, and that's why the score is reflected the way it is right now.
That didn't help him in the first half, that interception end zone.
Right.
That would have been a tie game at this point.
Yeah, they had a very, very nice first drive. Had they opened up with that first touchdown, confidence might have been a lot more boosted for the Corsairs. So 2 minutes exactly to go. Desert lines up, looking to extend their lead before they go to the locker room. Big bomb here on the outside. It's received. Taken down around the 10-yard line.
Floated that out to his receiver, number 7, for the reception. It's exactly what Santa Monica does not want to have happen right now.
DeJean Packard on the reception there, his first of the day. And that, about a 30-something yarder right there. They line up at the 10-yard line now with 1:45 to go.
We got a timeout by Santa Monica. Time to regroup the defense.
Yeah, they don't want to let the Desert have that quick snap like they like to do, especially after the 30-plus yard reception.
Desert spread the field pretty well, getting some of those receptions, and Santa Monica has not adjusted to it.
Yeah, it seems like they've really kind of figured out, cracked the code, if you will. Like you
Well
said,
said,
a
well
lot
said.
of the motion in the backfield, jet sweeps, screens. They're just using the shiftiness of their wide receivers to their advantage. And right now, the Corsair backs have no answer.
Bunch of shifty jackrabbits, right?
Yeah. Roadrunners.
Roadrunners. Sorry, I stand corrected.
Here we go, 10-yard line. First and goal. Again, motion in the backfield, handoff up the gut, couple yards on the play before the Corsairs swallow it up.
Ran into a wall, of course, there was in that play. That's what our defense needs to do in the middle, especially in the red zone.
Yeah, I gotta make the
At least
field-
shut down the middle, force them to go outside.
And the way that this Desert offense have been playing, right, with a lot of the outside motion, things like that, the field does get a lot smaller once you get here within the 10-yard
Yes.
line, so they can't do that as much. That's a bomb to the
That's
outside.
gotta be offensive
Yeah.
interference.
That is a reception, a touchdown for now,
He pulled
but
it down.
yeah,
Devin Williams thinking, hey, ref, come on.
that was
That was clearly offensive interference on Desert's receiver. Bring it back.
definitely big reception by Michael Jenkins in the end zone. But yeah, he did throw down his corner to receive that ball, so touchdown won't stand, and they will walk it back. They were on the 10. Setting up past their 20-yard line now. So it'll be second, and goal still past their 20-yard line. So now a tough situation here. But honestly, the way the Desert offense have been spreading the field, they might almost prefer this setup.
Yeah. 7-man front for Santa Monica. Single cover on the ends.
Another timeout. Corsair's going to call
Santa
one.
Monica's correcting that right now. They didn't like the defensive setup they had,
Yeah.
and the coach wisely called a timeout.
Timeout with 1 minute to go here in the first half.
Well, we had four receivers lined up, and you only have 2 DBs in the middle. Something's got to change there real quick. And the coach caught it. Gotta say, I'd love to see Devin Williams come up with a huge pick right now.
Yeah,
Turn this momentum around by
I was
halftime.
going to say the same thing. Last game, the Corsair defense had 6 total takeaways, which was the most in almost a decade
Yeah,
for the
that's outstanding.
Corsairs. They have never had that many in about 10 years on defense. However, today, going into the second half, none so far. But as you mentioned, 1 minute to go here. Looking for a miracle before the Desert starts to run away with this one. Stepping back, pressure comes once again. He'll have to scramble, and he takes it on his own to the outside.
Might have been a
Flag.
hold, yep. Looked like a hold on the Desert again.
Yeah, flag on the play. Good rush, showing the legs once again, was Alan
Yep.
McKeefrey.
They're not shy about using their hands on offensive line, holding on to our defensive line,
No.
and they're paying the price. Rightfully so.
So, pretty funny situation. It'll still be second and goal from the 35,
Yeah.
32-yard line at this point. Second and goal. So no chance for a first down this far out.
Under a minute to play.
Under a minute. Corsair's got to just stand their ground here, really.
I feel like I'm watching a game like 17-17, not 10-3.
Yeah.
There's been so much movement in the first half by both teams. Right up the middle, and we covered it well, maybe 4 yards. And that's going to be third down with a running clock about 45 seconds to go.
Third and goal. Clock ticking. We're down to,
Desert's using the timeout.
yeah, timeout with about 38 seconds to go here in the first half. Desert looking to draw a big play here to go to their locker room with a pep in their step. What are you saying right here in the huddle as a Corsair defensive coach? Just make
You
your
know,
reads, please.
And or be aggressive, throw blitz at them right now.
Yeah,
Put the pressure on them. See if we can force a turnover. I'd keep a couple guys back by the 10-yard line and let them rip.
Yeah,
I don't think we've blitzed yet.
Yeah, there's been pressure for sure. That might just be be due to offensive and defensive line mismatches. Yeah, not many crazy blitzes yet. A lot of people back for the Corsair defense and coverage, though.
I don't think the coach heard me. Here we go. Yeah, there's a couple. Came behind. 2 open. Out of bounds.
A little check
15
down
yard
route
line.
up the middle, yeah. That was a good play for Desert. Not a bad play at all.
Amazingly, still 3rd and goal from the 15-ish.
3rd and goal from the 15. Pass completed to Keenan Spear Johnson.
It's the longest
That
goal
was
line
3rd.
defense.
This will be 4th. This will be 4th.
4th down.
actually.
Okay, they just changed it.
They're going to go for
A field goal.
a field goal here to try
See
to
what
make
happens.
this a 10-point lead.
Too much time, maybe. Ref throws a flag again. Yep. Procedure against Desert.
Wow.
5 yards back. Maybe it was too easy of a chip shot for him.
How
He
many-
wanted a little more yardage.
How many penalties are we going to have in one drive?
I can't even break that many. I don't know. Lose the count here.
The last minute and a half has felt like an eternity due to all the penalties.
Here we go. Kick.
Blocked.
Blocked by the Corsairs.
Blocked once again. Picked up by a Desert player. That would have been a miracle
Yeah, it
that
would have
Desert
been.
was hoping for. He ran it out, gained about 5 yards on the rush after the blocked field goal.
Well,
2
Santa-
blocked field goals for the Corsair defense, though.
Santa Monica's bending, but they don't break.
So they keep it within one score. Still 10-3. 2 blocked field goals in a row for the Corsair defense. And maybe the Desert sideline knew that that was a flaw. We saw their hesitancy on bringing out their field goal unit every time. Maybe they know that the blocks aren't there.
Well, again, their first game, how many chances they had really to practice kicking a field goal?
So 28 seconds to go. Corsairs looking for a Hail Mary, but they'll hand it off up the gut first.
Looks like they're going to run out the clock and go in halftime at 10-3 deficit.
Another handoff to Reynoso. He's approaching 60 yards on the day.
Not a bad first half.
Not at all.
And
And they'll let the
Looks like they're
clock
gonna
run
run
out.
locker room.
Yeah, the clock will run out. So we go to halftime. A score of 10-3 in favor of Desert. As we look back at the first half, it was a game of penalties. It was a game of mistakes. Some special teams came into play there. 2 blocked field goals for the Corsairs once again. And what have you been seeing?
a lot of mistakes. Of course, it's early in the season, both teams still. Timing's off, obviously, but I think the Desert really had a good second quarter, and they started shaping things up. As I said earlier, it's going to be a matter of adjustments by the coaches at halftime on both teams. And I think that Santa Monica needs to get the offense going. You can't think you're going to win a game just scoring 3 points in the first half, especially when you scored 50 plus the first game of the year on
That's
the
right.
road.
Yeah, they find themselves in a much different situation than game 1. Down 7, going to half. Just some quick comparisons before we go to break. The Corsairs have the advantage in first downs. 12 first downs to Desert's 8. Other than that, they're even on third down efficiency. Both teams converting 3 out of 8 attempts. And
What's
the
the time of possession?
Desert leading in total yardage by a landslide. 217 total yards to Corsairs 110. And time of possession, as you mentioned, much in favor of Desert. About 19 minutes for Desert and 11 for the Corsairs. So we go to half once again. 10-3 the score in favor of Desert. We'll see you in just a moment for the second half. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Corsair Pavilion, not so sunny, Santa Monica, California. The sun is set. It's dark. The lights are shining bright. When will you show up? When the lights shine brightest, right? Who's going to show up? It's only a 7-point game. What are we looking for here? First, let's go back to the first half. Big scoring plays in that first half. How did we get to where we are?
Well, mistakes. Santa Monica started the game with a clear touchdown reception end zone, but unfortunately, College of the Desert made a good defensive move at the end and got the ball. So that was a big momentum killer for the Corsairs. And then they drove the field and kicked a 30-yard field goal to make it 3-0. So came back again, another turnover, and touchdown run 5 yards by Carson, and it was 10-0. So then finally we came back. Corsairs would kick the field goal, make it 10-3. The Corsairs, in my opinion, are making too many mistakes on offense, and basically they need to shape up the ship and get better plays going. The quarterback seems a little bit shaky, which is unexpected from last week because he's very consistent, and that's what we need to do. Hopefully the coaches adjust at the halftime, which is what I said at the close of the half.
That's
There we
right.
go.
Third quarter underway. Received deep in the end zone, but he will take it out with a lot of room. Huge start for the Desert. There's only one guy in front of him, and it's the kicker. And he will take him down.
Touchdown, saving tackle.
Jaden Espada, the kicker, with a potential game-saving tackle.
I think he was
right
saying,
there.
"Not on my kick, you're not."
Yeah, no way. And that was how the Corsairs started the second half. Their first game on their end, they returned one for a touchdown, and they almost got a taste of their own medicine right there.
I think Jaden's played football overall, not just kicking a ball, because he made a good tackle there,
Right.
and saved the 6 points.
Yeah, a lot of these players, especially at this level, are kind of jack of all trades.
I've seen kickers actually turn their back on plays like that. Runners come at them.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go score.
So, not what you want as the Corsairs set up on
There we
defense. They do swallow up a handoff in the
Good
backfield.
stop in the middle. Oh, they're looking a little bit more jacked up this half. That's good.
Yeah, hopefully you got a coach that can really give a good pep talk in the locker room. One of those.
Well, Shane Cox is that coach for the Corsairs, and I'm sure he lit into some of the players.
So 2nd and 12 for the Desert offense, and he throws
Overthrown.
it out of bounds. An overthrown ball there, looking.
Receiver's open. He just missed him.
Yeah, looked for his guy deep in the corner. He's already thrown to Armstrong a few times for some good receptions, but just out of reach on that one. Callum Armstrong with 29 receiving yards already on the day. So 3rd and long here. After the great field position set up on the kickoff return, they look at a 3rd and 12, and if the Corsairs hold strong, it's a 3 and out, and they can start to chip away at this lead. Motion in the backfield again, handoff. Corsairs all over it.
Cover it. Yeah, we
Good
did.
stuff. Beautiful job by the Corsair defense there. 3 and out.
Almost.
After a big kickoff return. Usually that puts a big pep in the step for the offense, and they drive it in. But Corsair defense really showing up here.
They're actually 3rd and 19. Oh, quick kick. 3rd down.
Yeah, showing a little chip.
Nobody back.
on.
Well, the ball bounced back the other way, and it's going to be down just about the 19-yard line. Corsairs will take over. That's the motivated kind of defense you want to see.
Oh, yeah.
Into the second half.
That sets up your offense for a nice drive.
And let's hope the offense on Santa Monica match that attitude adjustment And looking back, in the first half, Santa Monica only gave up 10 points. That's not bad at all in today's high school football.
Oh yeah, this time last week, heading into the third quarter, the Corsair defense had already given up about 30 points.
Yeah.
So definitely the defense in better shape than they were last week. But it's the offense that can't bring it together yet. A couple yards on the rush there for Reynoso, his 13th rush of the day. That brings him up to about 65 yards on the day.
He's definitely their workhorse for the yardage, and keep going to him. It's working to keep going to him.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Michael Cruz, though, in the backfield, their quarterback, 12 for 19, 77 yards passing today. No touchdowns, 1 interception. Big handoff. Reynoso,
Nice.
first down and
Nice
more.
game. Right up the middle. And the offensive line's opened up nice holes for him to get through there. Wearing down the Desert's defensive line.
There it is.
Because Santa Monica definitely has the size up front on the offensive line to do this.
And if I'm the Corsairs, I do that a couple more times, and then it's a play-action pass. Reynoso, another couple yards. 2nd and 8. Obviously, as we were just talking about the quarterback, Michael Cruz, doing fine, right? Just not a stellar performance like last week. He's totally doing okay.
He's managing the game right now, basically. But needs to manage it a little bit more accurately. Looks like another Desert player's cramping up.
Yeah, he just takes a stretch from his own man.
And being their first real game, maybe the players aren't in tip-top condition yet. Because that's about their 5th player's been injured.
Yeah, it takes a lot. Takes a lot.
Yeah, just a side note, it must have been over 100 degrees at that game last week, being out in Victorville. The
that
whole
was
Southern
different.
California had a heat wave.
I bet.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Santa Monica lining up, 2nd and 7 on the 30.
That game, as he steps back to throw in shotgun, deep pass.
Just missed them.
Pass intended for Sean Greer.
That would have been 6 points easily if he would have caught that ball.
And Greer had one of those last week. We're talking about last week. He had a 49-yard touchdown reception.
Yes,
So
he did.
looking to go big once again. And they almost got it. Just out of reach. The game last week, you were talking about weather. It did start with a weather delay. There was a weather delay with my research, and I'm assuming it wasn't rain. It was probably just heat. Yeah, waiting for it to cool down. Pass up the gut.
In and out of his hands.
Bobbles Cody Lambert's fingertips and falls onto the ground incomplete. And they really wish they had both of those last 2 plays back, as that's now 4th down, and they're going to have to punt this one away.
The offense just needs more consistency because those plays are there. Receivers are getting open. It just the ball's off a little bit from the quarterback.
Cruz now 12 for 21, still 77 yards on the day.
Punt formation for the Corsairs. Nice lazy high kick.
Nice punt, fair catch.
Fair catch.
For the Road Runners. They'll line up at the 35. So we're still in the same boat. 10-3 the score.
Same boat. Let's hope our defense is going to continue their attitude adjustment coming out in the second half and being very aggressive and holding down the Desert to no scores. And
yeah, defensively doing great. However, we were looking at halftime for number 52, the big man linebacker, Sharif Jado.
fake handoff.
He got injured as they get a gain of about 4 yards. He got injured on, I think that was the first play of the defensive game for the Corsairs. Last week, he was the guy that led all players with 13 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. And that's just a key guy. He already had a tackle today before his injury. and just a key guy that you lose in your defensive lineup that you're banking on being there every time.
And it's got to be a next man up mentality for Santa Monica, whoever's replacement is coming in. Guess what? Another penalty.
The penalties have been,
How many are we racking up there?
yeah, many. I'm trying to see if we can pull that up. Penalty 13 against, that would make it 14. Yeah, 14 penalties against Desert, 106 yards of penalties. However, they still find themselves leading 10-3, so something's
There
not.
we go, interception.
Interception up the middle
25.
for the Corsairs. He's looking for 6.
50, oh, out at the 10-yard line. That's the break the Corsairs needed.
Big takeaway, Aiden Martinez, the big man linebacker in the middle with the interception.
Next
And a
man
nice
up
return.
mentality.
And he might have been the guy that's in
Might have
linebacker, filling in.
Santa
the
Monica's
injury.
in great scoring position now. Let's hope they can punch it in this time.
Have to capitalize off of this. Right here, 15-yard line.
Great interception.
Early in the third quarter, they could tie things up. We got about 11 minutes to go as the offense talks it over one last time with the coach before they head onto the field. The offensive line has been a little lackluster for the Corsairs.
I'd
So they
agree.
really need to tighten things up in close territory right here.
He needs more time to throw the ball more accurately.
Steps back for a throw. They're
There
looking
it
for the
is.
end zone.
There it is. Touchdown, Corsairs. Nice pass. Wide
Sean
open.
Greer with the touchdown reception. His first of the day. And the Corsairs, pending the extra point, will tie things up.
That's what we like to see. The plays are developing there, and they've just been off a little bit, and that time he scored.
Sean Greer, one of the go-to guys last game, and same thing here. 4 receptions, 47 yards for number 9. 1 touchdown now to tally on top of that.
Extra point is up and good. We got a tie score, 10-10. Corsairs are off to a great start for the third quarter here.
Tied up at 10, right at 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's a whole new ball game.
Whether it's college or pro, you can always tell who the good coaches are because they make the adjustments at halftime that are necessary to come out and play better football.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
they received at the beginning of the game, the Corsairs, so they had to play some tough defense to start out the third quarter. Got the 3 and out, turnover on downs. Then they got 3 and out on their own. You know, their offense wasn't driving too well. However, huge interception by Aiden Martinez sets up that touchdown, delivered nicely to Sean Greer.
So the momentum is definitely shifted here. Let's see if the Corsairs could keep it going for the rest of the third quarter. Interesting setup for the kickoff. 4 on each side there.
Crowd getting a lot more involved now. Tie game here, kickoff.
Skip it down the middle.
It's an interesting kick flag
Something
on
got
the
him.
play.
Nice
He gets
cover.
nothing.
Good cover by the Corsairs. Kickoff return.
Great stuff there. Tackles them behind their own 10-yard line. There is a flag. We'll see what it does. Couldn't quite tell what it is. Looking for a lot of blocking the backs and things like that on a lot of kickoff plays. Yeah, it's going to be on.
Referees are looking at the desert, walking it that way.
Yeah,
That could be the 15th penalty on them.
this is going to set them up very poorly. Up against the wall here after that penalty. They already got tackled at around the 8-yard line or so. So they're going to set up. Looks like they're going to give them at around the 6 or so. 4 rather. 4-yard line. So if you're the Corsair defense, you just play the same way you just did.
Keep it going.
And
Be aggressive.
Yeah, you're looking at taking the lead.
I'd still like to see some blitzes thrown in there too. Put more pressure on them, especially at this part of the field.
So we'll see McKeefrey lining up. It's a handoff up the gut, a couple yards on the play, gives them some room to work with for the Desert offense. Yardage-wise for both of these quarterbacks, pretty even for completions and yards. McKeefrey for Desert, 7 for 12 with 98 yards. Michael Cruz on the Corsairs, 13-22 for 92 yards. He, however, has a touchdown and an interception.
We'll delay in the game here. And Desert's rolling out to the line now. 2nd and 5.
And off up the
Oh,
middle once
nice.
again, swallowed up.
Good stout defense by the Corsairs.
Corsair defensive ends are able to get off the line a little bit quicker than they were before.
When your defensive line can get in the backfield of your opponent, you're doing a great job, and you're reading better too. So you're sensing where that back's going to be or which way it's going to go. And that's what's happening in the third quarter.
Right.
Santa Monica home crowds doing their job.
Cheered them on. 3rd and 5. Desert lines up, back against the wall. Wow, what a tight squeeze. Big completion there.
Just over in Am Powell, defensive back's hands. Turned around just maybe a second slow.
Completion.
Could have been a pick, actually.
And that was Jared DeGraffenried at quarterback. They swapped out, actually. So he's 2 for 4 with 12 yards now.
Good cover by the Corsairs. Again, line of scrimmage defense, holding back the Desert. That's what we continue to have to do. Keep the momentum going. Pin them down. Get your offense back on the field.
About 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the third. Once again, new quarterback on the field for Desert, number 15, Jared DeGraffenried. And he almost throws his second interception of the day.
Right in his stomach. Just bounced out as he hit the ground at the same time.
Yeah.
Would have been a nice interception for Santa Monica. But incomplete pass and moves it to 3rd down and 9 for the Desert.
Tyler Thomas almost with the interception there. He's got his hands on his hips, wishing he had that one back. Just fell right in his stomach. Almost too good of a chance. You kind of are shocked when those land right in your pocket like that. So they line up 3rd and long. Corsair defense looking strong. Big rush.
Oh, that's a sack, yes.
Sack on the play.
Great bull rush.
A solo sack by Jonathan Joseph.
Literally pushed the offensive lineman right into quarterback and took them both down.
Yeah, that was
Great play.
textbook defensive rush right there. 4th and long is going to force this Desert offense to punt.
I think the defensive coordinator, Shane Cox for Santa Monica, had a great pep talk for the guys at halftime.
He must have.
There's a quick punt. He doesn't go back very far.
It's going to bounce.
Let it go.
And it will land around the 30-yard line. And Michael Cruz and his offense
Wonder
look
if,
to run out on the field.
wonder if we can find out why they made that quarterback change.
Yeah, it could definitely just be trying to get reps for players.
Yeah.
Sometimes you look at that at this lower collegiate level, just trying to get some reps, especially early on in the season. Maybe you're testing out both guys,
True.
seeing what works.
Yeah, I forgot. It is their first game. You're
Yeah.
right. Comes to Corsairs back on the field, lining up. Let's see if it gets more points on the board.
Well, we know what combo has been working for the Corsairs, and that's Michael Cruz And Reynoso in the backfield. Handoff to
There
Reynoso
he goes,
up the
right
middle.
at the gut. About another 12-yard gain.
Beautiful. Just like that, right up the middle for a first down.
Before your time, Landon. He kind of reminds me of a young Larry Zonka on the Miami Dolphins Super Bowl team.
I'll take your word for it.
There he goes again, the workhorse.
There we go. Run up the middle, another 5-yard gain right there. Reynoso running all over this desert defense.
Another style runner like that was John Riggins on the Washington Redskins before they changed their name.
Reynoso, his 16th rush, 87 yards, averaging about 5 yards per carry. Wow. Almost.
Big break for the Corsairs there. The ball was in number 20's hands on an interception. He dropped it.
Yeah, a gorgeous read by Abel Flores for the Desert defense. He just bobbles it and drops a pretty much guaranteed pick six right
Easy
there.
six.
That would have been a touchdown.
Just about to say, too, that the quarterback in Santa Monica seems like he's had more time to throw up until that play.
Stacked up on the right side. Desert showing blitz. They did kind of go over the line of scrimmage there.
Flag. Shuttle
Flag
pass.
comes out. Big yardage here.
Uh-oh, fumble.
Fumble. There was that flag earlier. We'll see what happens. It is recovered by the Desert defense. Ball is out
That's
again.
Santa Monica.
What is happening?
It's a rugby scrum right now.
Yeah. So,
Who
two
knows?
fumbles.
Referees have their work to do.
They do. One
Another
first-
flag.
Flag after the play, flag before the play. Fumbles for each side. This is mayhem, and we don't have instant replay here.
Well, the last
It's-
flag's probably personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct, one of the two.
So we're just gonna sit back and
Let the refs
wait.
sort it.
Yeah, as much as you guys are listening at home. Refs are in a full huddle themselves, talking over that crazy play.
Yeah, I think so.
Referee's
Yeah.
still talking this one over. We're trying to look back ourselves right now.
No, that wasn't the play. It's like they had four guys in the backfield. So,
Yeah.
That's no. Hard to tell.
yeah.
No,
That's
this is
just
all-
after, that's the play, but just
It is the end of the
take it
play.
back from there, yeah. Here we go.
So let's just see where they place the ball right here. I'm
It's
curious.
like they're walking it off against the desert.
There we go. Pass received up the middle, just drops it. Nobody touched it.
It
Desert
was a
picks it
scrum.
up. Yeah, literally a rugby scrum, like you said. Ball goes out again, and it looks like Desert recovered it again.
Oh, they're
But-
still walking it off. This is a big penalty.
Yeah,
against
walking
the
it
desert.
forward. The Corsairs look like they will keep the ball, so that original penalty, I believe, is the one that's going to stand. It was offsides from the jump on the
Correct.
Desert defense. So all of that is nullified. 1st and 10 after the Corsairs gain some yards. Good yardage on the reception initially, plus the 10 for the,
Continuing to move the ball.
yeah, moving the ball even in some very unorthodox ways.
There they updated the scoreboard too. 1st and 10.
6:42 to play here in the third quarter. Reynoso up the middle once again.
Oh, he broke loose.
Wow. I thought he was
Another
down.
10.
Another first down for
He
Reynoso.
does not quit. Those legs just keep moving.
They do. That'll put him over 100 yards on the day. It's been the Reynoso and Sean Greer show for Santa Monica offensively. 18 carries for number 24, 104 yards, averaging just under 6 yards a carry.
Those are the stats we're looking for from the workhorse.
Yeah, it seems like he's the guy that wherever you put him, he will work, right? In game one, he was picking up, he had 4 rushing touchdowns, and all of them were little 2-yard pickups where you rush in. Now, he's getting these runs up the gut and turning them into first downs. A lot of these run plays on first down are set up to just kind of get you 3-4 yards if you're lucky.
Absolutely.
But Reynoso's turning these into first downs.
And of course, historically, when you have a successful running game, it opens up the passing game.
Right.
So don't be surprised if we get a nice little touchdown pass coming up pretty soon, just like in the last drive.
So 1st and 10.
It's like about the 28.
Just over 6 minutes to play in the third. Score tied at 10 apiece.
About the 23-yard line.
Corsair's knocking on the door of the red zone once again. Desert showing some blitz. Reynoso gets the handoff and he gets swallowed up this time. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard. 2nd and 10. But yeah, you got your running game showing up.
Absolutely.
In Reynoso. So now, yeah,
We got trips to the right side, receivers. Let's see what's going to happen
Here
here.
we go. Michael Cruz already has 1 touchdown on the day.
Looking that way. Here we go.
Can he make it 2? Sean Greer once again.
Oh, that could be an interference call.
Yeah.
There we go. Flag number 16, is it? Landon?
Let's look. That'll be 18.
18. I
18
stand corrected.
penalties as the Desert are approaching they're approaching 150 yards of penalties against.
Can't remember last time I've ever seen this many penalties in a football game, no matter what level of play.
And it's still a tie game.
Yeah,
Like
that was a sure touchdown too.
that's going to be no matter the outcome, coach should have a talk with the Corsairs and say, hey, it can't even be this close of a game with that many penalties against. You got to capitalize a little bit better.
Absolutely.
So pass interference in the end zone sets up.
Shouldn't that be
Corsairs.
1st and goal from the 2, or am I thinking pro football?
Yeah, they're 1st and goal. Let's see where they're lining them. Looks like the
Up to 5?
5-ish, yeah. Shotgun looking for the corner. Big, he caught
Touchdown,
it.
Corsairs.
Touchdown.
Far side of field.
Beautiful pass.
Is that 11? Daniel Hillebrand? See,
Waiting to see who that
think
was. 13. Michael, no.
No, it's-
That is not.
it's 11, right?
Okay.
Hildebrand.
Yeah.
Or is it 17? A lot of glare on our screen.
This will
Ladies and
update right
gentlemen.
now. This will update right now. 17.
17.
Amir Smith, they finally caught him for a touchdown. They've been trying all day. Finally caught him. His 2nd reception of the day, 19 yards.
Lined up for the extra point, there's another flag up.
We can't even get an extra point off. So the Corsairs take the lead.
Procedure on Santa Monica this time. And move the chip shot back 5 yards for the extra point.
5.5 minutes to go in the third. 16-10 the score. Waiting on the extra point. A low
Chip shot.
kick, and it's in, and good. 17-10, Corsairs lead. It's a whole different ball game here in the third, as you predicted.
Momentum has switched, and its name is Santa Monica. And the defense led it coming out of the half of the tunnel, and the offense picked it up. That's exactly what their coaching staff wanted to see, and that's what they're doing.
And Cruz at quarterback for the Corsairs really changing things around. 14 for 24 completions, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns, and still that 1 interception on that first drive of the game. So now his stat sheet's looking like a good solid day for a quarterback.
And it looks like his offensive line is given just another second to throw that ball, and that's a big difference when you're talking about quarterback play.
Corsairs will boot it back to the Roadrunners. And they will try to run it out. Look at that, another good return. Breaks one tackle. Looking for a couple blocks. And he gets it to the 40 once again. Same spot he got tackled last time. So
I think they went up the right side last time too.
They
Got
did.
success over there.
Almost an identical return for the Desert. So
I don't think our kicker was involved in a tackle on that one.
no.
Okay, the referees are huddling there talking. I don't know if there was another penalty thrown.
I see a flag on the
You
ground.
see a
actually,
flag?
yeah.
Okay,
I didn't see it fly, but I see it land.
here we go. Let's go. Personal foul on the Desert. Bring it back. Nullifies that great return. And the good fortune continues for Santa Monica.
"19 penalties on the day for the Desert. Over 150 yards against. Only 3 for the Corsairs at 35 yards.
We're going to have to look up after this game, if we have the time, to find out what is the record for penalties in college football by a team.
Probably getting close to it. So what would have been set up at the 40-yard line all the way on the other side of the field is just going to be at the 25 like it was a touchback. The Desert handed off up the gut.
Defense snuffed that out.
Yeah. 2nd and 10.
Played much better third quarter than they did in the second quarter, when some of those runs were breaking off for the Desert up the middle. Santa Monica looks like they made the adjustment the right way.
Defensive highlight for the day so far on the Corsairs, number 55, Aiden Martinez, leading the team in tackles at 6, and he's also the man that got the interception with a 27-yard return on the interception, not to mention. Scrambling out to the outside.
Nice play. Here's our guy, Devin Williams.
Good
Another nice
stuff
play.
there, breaking up the play. Throw out to the sideline. And it'll be 3rd and long. Would have been a completely different situation had that penalty not happened on the
Absolutely.
kickoff. Now they're looking at a 3 and out if the Corsairs can hold.
Could be time for a blitz. Desert coming out, lining up 2 receivers on each side.
They're out wide. Yeah, that'll be a
Referee
timeout.
shutting it down here. Timeout Santa Monica.
Yeah, there was no coverage on the left side there.
That's not what they were expecting.
That was one of their better receivers, Callum Armstrong. He was alone. He was going to the end zone if the Corsair coach didn't catch that. Thank God he did, if you're a Corsair fan, though. Quick timeout. Score is 17-10, 4 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Once again, it's 3rd down and long for the Desert. After a couple really solid drives from the Corsairs, the Roadrunner offense really wanted to answer here. This drive and the next drive really are probably the 2 most important in the
Critical.
game.
Santa Monica could stop them right here, turn around and get another score. That could be, it's be the end of the 3rd quarter. It could be ends of the game being over.
3rd and 10 lined up in shotgun. Corsairs send 4 guys. And
Nice cover, tackle, gang tackle him. Carson Cox on the tackle there. Number 33 for Santa Monica. And that'll make it 4th down.
A sea of Santa Monica jerseys collapse on the Roadrunners and force a 3 and out. And they'll punt it away to the Corsairs as they look to extend a lead that heading into halftime did not seem like they were going to achieve
Nice high
so
kick.
soon.
Fair catch. About the 38-yard line.
It's good field position.
Very good. Santa Monica will take over there. With almost 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 17-10. Santa Monica's on top. Looking to push for another score.
So if you're the Desert defense, you gotta identify what's happening here. Reynoso just able to run all up the middle all game,
That's
and
a
there's
nice
a
swing
completion
pass.
to him.
There he is.
And if he's
That's a
not,
late hit too. Let's see what the ref's gonna do. He's letting it go.
if he's not running, he's catching.
Yep.
That's a big pickup for Reynoso. Another first down, this time on the reception. And that Cruz Reynoso connection has been kind of the difference maker here in the third quarter. Passes out to the outside once again, and that one way too high for Sean Greer, out of reach.
Going back to your other comment before the play, I think where you're going with that was, what to do. To me, the Desert defensive line is looking tired. And I think that is part of them continuing to run up the middle with our workhorse, and it's wearing them down. And that running up the middle successfully is going to open up the passing game.
Right, and it was the offensive line of the Corsairs that looked a little lackluster going to the locker room. And as
Nice fake.
Reynoso takes it up the gut for 5 right there once again.
Well, he's just a hard-nosed runner, isn't he?
He is. As a former lineman, if I was playing bad and I went to the locker room and coach told me we were going to have to run sprints after the game, if we don't tighten things up,
I'd be tightening up.
I would be tightening things up, and I think that's exactly what they threatened these offensive linemen with. And they're really showing up today here in this second half. 3rd and 5. Corsairs, big blitz coming. Interception thrown. There is a flag on the play once again. This will return for 6.
I think I saw the Desert defensive lineman's foot over the line. I'm hoping that's correct. If so, he'll bring it back.
Looks like pretty much everybody on the field, except for the guy returning it, knows that this one's coming back. But good on him. You got to finish the play.
No pun intended, but they're continuing to shooting themselves in their own foot by these offensive penalties they're making, offside penalties they're making.
The Roadrunners are being their own coyote
True.
right now.
Well said. Okay.
A lot of the Desert fans hated that. There's
3rd and 6.
There's a good amount of Desert fans in the crowd, and they're not loving that call back there. So
They drove a long way. They want to get their 2 cents worth.
they did. So the score is still 17-10. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Penalties it would be just a completely different game. Like, I don't even know what the score would be or anything. It would be a totally different game had there not been all these penalties. That was the 20th.
20th?
Yeah, 20th for Desert.
Penalties will kill you in any sport you play.
Nathan, put back the time for
Penalties and turnovers. And that's exactly what College of the Desert's been doing, especially the second half, to Santa Monica's benefit. So the refs are trying to straighten things out here and lining everybody up. Santa Monica's ball on the 35-yard line. First down.
Handoff up the gut, Reynoso. Nothing going there. Stopped up at the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10. And if you're the Desert defense, you're stopping the run a couple times right there. You got an interception, so obviously it got called back.
Right.
But a little bit more momentum going your way. As as long as you can somehow tune out all the penalties that you've been taking. Still a very close game. It's anybody's ball game here. 2nd and 10. As Cruz drops back in shotgun, pressure comes. He had a lot of time, but just needed a little bit more. Tried to get away with his legs, and he couldn't do so. They're going to lose a lot of yards there. 3rd and very long.
Xavier Ponce, the freshman offensive lineman, had him for a while, but then let go of the defensive lineman who got the sack. Another second, he would have been free.
Cruz lines up again with Reynoso in his backfield. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Cruz airs one out up the middle, just out of reach for Cody Lambert.
That could have been a big first down for the Corsairs.
Yeah, that would have been just enough to make it a first down after a 3rd and very long. But it's 4th down. The Corsairs will have to give it back. And the Desert have a chance to tie things up.
Let's see if Espadada can pin him down there close to the goal line with his punt coming up. And knowing him, maybe he'll go down and make the tackle too. Here we go.
Punt underway. Nice one out to the right side. And that'll bounce into the end zone. So a clean slate for the Desert offense to down by 7. They haven't really found themselves in a deficit for too long yet.
I don't know about you, Landon, but calling this game, it's almost like I'm looking for a penalty flag first before I'm actually looking for the start of the play.
Yeah, yeah, I feel the same way.
And here we go with the Desert lining up on 20-yard line. 1st and 10, 42 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
They got McKeefrey back in shotgun for Desert as he was playing a lot better at quarterback than Jared DeGraffenreid was when he came in. Handoff up the middle gets about 5 yards. And the Desert offense really sharing the love rushing. There's as McKeefrey fakes it all the way out to the outside, and maybe about 2 yards on the play there. 3rd and pretty short. As I was saying, rushing-wise, Tommy Ansley, number 11, with 10 rushes, 50 yards. Ramon Carson, 6 rushes, 48 yards. Christian Davis with 6 rushes and 20 yards. So they're really sharing the love on the rushes.
Balanced attack.
Yeah. As opposed to the Corsairs as the 3rd quarter runs out right here. So we'll take a quick timeout as we set up for the 4th.
Turned into kind of a good game to watch.
It is. So the players getting their rest as they walk down to the opposite side. Last quarter of the game, Corsairs find themselves in a 7-point lead. Stat sheet-wise, they should be winning, right? We
Absolutely.
got 20 penalties against on Desert.
166 yards on 20 penalties.
Yeah. Time of possession still much in favor of Desert as they had that first half where they were really dominating offensively.
And call me crazy, but 3 penalties in Santa Monica. I really wouldn't call this a hometown referee crowd because they've earned those penalties. Because it's their first game. They've made a lot of mistakes. The Desert has.
They have. You can really tell who's played one game this season and who hasn't, essentially, as far as penalties go. That's going to be the area of emphasis as the Roadrunners head back to the Desert tonight. sure coach will be talking about that.
So I'm sure it's gonna be a long drive. Here we go.
3rd and short. Handoff up the middle. Corsair's defense swallow it up, but he's
Get him.
still on his feet, so he'll
And they
lose
stuff
more
him.
yardage.
Big loss. That's a big play by the Santa Monica defense, stuffing the run for about a 5-yard loss, making it 4th down.
And great effort by Ramon Carson, the running back there. Broke a tackle to try to keep his hopes alive. But it'll be 4th and long, and the Desert, if they're smart, will punt it out.
I'm still curious why their punter stays so close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
You think he'd have more block punts? Like that, almost. Gets kick away. Hopefully he didn't hit any Corsair in there. And it's down about the 48-yard line with Santa Monica taking over.
So great field position for the Corsairs as they look to tally on to their 7-point lead here. Defense and offense showing up, firing on all cylinders here. 4th quarter, 14 minutes to go. I think it's about time for a Reynoso touchdown.
I agree.
He's over 100 yards, at 109 yards, at 21 carries. No touchdowns yet on the day. He had 4 last week. He'll get the ball this time, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
You're softening up the defense, though, for the passing game because it's led to 2 touchdowns.
Right.
And I'd have to credit his efforts for that being successfully to open up the passing game for the Corsairs.
Stepping back for a pass up the middle, almost intercepted.
I don't know what he was looking at there.
Yeah, there was really no.
There's 3 white shirts around there, around the ball, and they should have had that intercepted.
Lucky break for Michael Cruz in shotgun there. As they
Although it's-
much prefer a 3rd and long than the interception.
Although it's early in the 4th quarter, you got the 7-point lead. Why not run the clock down until they stop the run? And the Desert's proven they haven't really been able to stop Reynoso yet.
Yeah, they're definitely leaning on it slightly less than they were. It seems like they try one.
They faked him.
It's out to Greer on the right side. He'll get out of bounds. Did he
First
get
down.
the first? Not quite
Marker
sure
got
yet.
knocked over.
I don't know if he did. Yeah, no, punting unit's coming out on the field. Just about 2 yards shy of the first. That's a
Oh.
fake. Something's happening.
I think he's trying to draw him off sides.
Yeah. Very interesting
Not-
formation there. A
not
lot of
working.
motion. Now they're frozen. Everybody eyeing each other. A lot of tension on that line of scrimmage right now.
It's the stare down.
Yeah. They're just waiting to see who moves.
And there's the flag. Delay
So
game.
the Corsairs will take the delay of game. Totally fair. Trying to draw your opponent offside. And they'll just punt it from a little further back. So those are the smart penalties.
Yeah, good strategy.
Yeah,
You know,
those
why
are-
not try something like that?
Yeah, those are the times where it's okay to take a penalty. Not 20 of them though.
Not 20, and obviously they're trying to draw 21 there. It just didn't work. So punting from the 45-yard line is Santa Monica. Let's see if we can pin them down there.
Someone forgot they were on the punting unit. So he runs out late. Nice punt received at the 10-yard line. Doing some dancing and gets some good yardage. Wow. Looks like he was going to be stopped around the 15. Ends up
Skirted
making
out
it
the
to
sideline.
Yeah, about the 25-yard line before he gets pushed out. So here in the fourth, just at 12 minutes to go.
Santa Monica's defense has to continue the pressure they've been showing this half and keeping the Desert pinned down offensively. And it's been working so far. Still have the momentum. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, you would think, all right, just keep the defense playing the same way and then maybe just run the ball when you get the offense, right?
That'd be my game plan.
Only one takeaway on the day so far on that Aiden Martinez interception. He also has 7 tackles on the day. We'll see if they have another big play up their sleeves defensively. Flag before they even line up. Illegal substitution. So like you said, before they even line up, before a play even
gotta
gets
check the
going,
flag first.
we gotta look.
Then the play.
That will be.
That could be Desert's coach screaming in the background. He's probably had enough of
They're gonna
20 plus penalties. Oh, it looks like they might have picked up flag on that one because they're running the play here.
throw out to the outside, just out of reach for Michael Jenkins Jr. Would have been a nice reception there. 21 penalties now, 171 yards given up. Will they reach 200 yards penalties against that? That would be crazy.
I'm pulling for him.
I mean, that's like having a whole nother
You know,
star player
right.
on your offense,
If
essentially.
you're gonna do it, go for the
Getting
record.
200 yards.
There was a big sack.
Huge sack in the backfield. Makes it 3rd and even longer. 3rd and about 20 to go. Could be a huge 3 and out for the Corsair defense as they look to just keep this lead. 17-10 with 11 and a half minutes to go.
I thought it was 3rd down.
Yeah, did they get the markers wrong? Or 3rd
Well,
down?
the scoreboard says 2nd and 14, but I thought it was 3rd down. Yeah, the marker says 3rd down. The scoreboard says
Yep.
different.
3rd and very long. 3rd and 20. Lining up in shotgun.
Quarterback
Scrambling
scramble.
around.
Nailed there.
Corsairs are all over the quarterback right now. Nothing going for Allen McKeefer as he looks to use his legs to his advantage. Now it'll be 4th and long. And a big, big 3 and out for the Corsair defense.
And that's exactly what they're trying to do, and just keep that pressure on the Desert, pin them down, and force the punt again. And let's see if the Corsairs can get another score here. Put this game away.
Punt underway with 10:30
Nice
to go
high
here
kick.
in the 4th. Very
Oh,
good
boy,
punt
what a punt.
there.
What a punt.
But it
Don't touch it.
Rolls all the way to the end zone.
With the roll, that was about an 80-yard punt.
That was, very, very
That was
solid punt.
impressive.
Had it had a little less bounce on it, would have ended up falling around the 5 or so in bad field position for the Corsairs, but they get a lucky break. Good bounce there.
I'm still shocked that that guy with such a short setup to the line has not had more punts blocked.
They're playing blocked field goals to go around though.
That's true.
2 of those for the Santa Monica special teams today. Those are rare plays. But when you get your special teams fired up too,
It's
it
a
can
big help.
really be a game changer.
There you go.
Here lining up at the 20, handoff to Reynoso up the gut, a lot of room.
Running people over.
Got a 6-yard gain on the carry, his 23rd carry of the day.
And to give props where props are due, Coach Smith Alfaro Santa Monica has done a great job on the special teams today.
That he has, and now it's a game of clock management. Clock is ticking, 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go.
Now's when you just want to execute. Execute your offense. No mistakes.
That's right. Play action, fake handoff, little screen pass to the outside, stiff arm, gets him an extra 5. Beautiful reception there by Taunton Drobny, number 26. His first reception of the day.
Clock continues to run. He didn't get out of bounds on that, so that's good for Santa Monica.
Drobny now 1-for-1 receptions, 15 yards on that one. Handoff up the middle gets stopped up. So yeah, the handoffs up the middle are getting stopped up a little bit more by the Desert defense. You can still count on Reynoso for a few yards no matter what, though, it seems.
That's right. It continues to wear the clock down, and that's part of the strategy.
Yeah. As long as the clock keeps ticking, it is in favor of the Corsairs. And if they keep getting a few yards here and there, they're in a good spot. 2nd and 7.
Under 9 minutes to go now.
Cruz lining up. Fake handoff, rolls out to the right side, gets one block drilled as he throws it out of bounds.
There's absolutely nobody open on that play.
Yeah, just had to get that one off before the sack. Still had to take the hit, but won't take the loss of yards. So 3rd.
You're taught from a young age when you're a receiver, if your quarterback's in trouble, you see it, you got to come back to the quarterback to make life easier for him.
3rd and 7. Wondering what the Corsairs will do here. The run could work. Usually on this 3rd and 7, you'd see a pass. We'll see what they do here. It will be a pass. Drops back. Looks up the middle.
Nice.
And he finds his man for the first down. Huge reception there by Ramon Galvez III. His first of the day. So now the receivers... Michael Cruz is kind of sharing the love. Everybody's getting in on the action here in the 4th.
And it's showing good balance right now.
Finding his groove. Michael Cruz, 18 completions for 32 attempts, 148 yards now. 2 touchdowns on the day with that 1 interception. That last play to Galvez, good for 11 yards.
And also bring it open.
Almost got the first down there. Solid carry by Reynoso. That's what we've been seeing all second half from him.
Keep feeding the horse.
7 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Clock keeps ticking. Shotgun handoff to Reynoso once again. Good for the first
Nice
down.
cutback.
Way more.
2 big gains.
Flag on the play way after the fact. There's some extracurriculars in the backfield there. Probably going to be just a personal foul. We'll see what they call. Great carry by Reynoso, though. 2 of them in a row right there. And if he keeps stringing those together, this is a done deal.
He doesn't show any fatigue either for being this far in the second half, running all day. Oh, it's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Wait a minute. Offsetting penalties.
There you go. 1 flag, but 2 penalties.
So the gain stands. Another fortunate break for the Corsairs.
Good thing for Desert, all these penalties coming in keep stopping the clock for them, though, if anything. Now the clock starts ticking. 7 minutes exactly to go here in the game. Handoff once again. Reynoso up the middle.
There he goes.
Makes 2
Cut
great
back.
cuts. And it's a good 10-yard gain. Gets to right about the 10-yard line.
Looks like we got a hold. That's right. You're still wearing the clock down and wearing the defense down by him running like that. That's
Yeah.
3 runs in a row for him.
Even if the penalties come through, it's still,
Right.
yeah, as a defensive lineman, you still understand that, yeah, he was able to run through no matter what.
Desert's shown they can't stop him.
So they will go back pretty far, about the 28-yard line. Clock is running down, 6:40 to go here in the fourth quarter.
That's 1st and 15.
Corsairs really taking their time, calling some audibles here. Letting the clock run down. Hand off to Reynoso. Off to the right side this time. He gets swallowed up. But not after fighting for a few yards, getting back to almost the original line of scrimmage. Be about a 2nd and 12 or so.
Reason I mentioned Hall of Fame running backs Larry Zonka and John Riggins is because they're both great cutback runners, and that's what I'm seeing with Reynoso. He's going one way, cuts back the other, and he's doing it like a professional.
Yeah.
You got the defensive line going one way, you cut back, they can't adjust quick enough to catch you.
And they set it up that way with the offsetting lineup.
There he goes
And
straight
there he
ahead.
is once again. Reynoso bounces
There you go, come on.
a defender off of him. Will he get his first touchdown of the day? He does.
Yes, touchdown, Reynoso.
Reynoso with about a 20-yard carry finds the pylon in the corner and caps off a wonderful day of running.
And that's how you reward your horse. Give him a touchdown.
Reynoso running all over the Roadrunners. Finally gets his first touchdown of the day and gets over 150 yards rushing while he does it.
And with about 5 minutes to go in the game, that should salt it away for the Corsairs. Especially with the defense playing the way it is.
After the extra point goes in, 24-10 is the score. As you mentioned, 5:24 to play in the fourth. So now the Desert really backed up against the wall here all of a sudden. 5 minutes to go, you're down by 2 scores.
Again, not to sound like a broken record, but the coach is making the adjustments at halftime. The team getting re-energized and motivated really showed on that first drive in the second half of the third quarter. And Santa Monica hasn't let up since.
Just to recap that last play, the stat finally came in. 25-yard rushing touchdown for Pierce Reynoso. Really been one of the players of the game here for the Corsairs. 172 total yards on the ground. Just a reliable workhorse, like you said.
That's almost as much penalty yardage that Desert has, right?
Might be almost exactly the same. 171 yards.
Really?
You're right. Yeah. Wow. Little squib kick here. Couple bounces.
Uh-oh. That you got him covered.
And makes it.
Another flag.
2 more flags.
Post the play.
Yeah, now
You
it's
don't want to
getting
lose your
chippy.
cool right now. You got the game and just execute. You don't need dumb penalties.
Yeah, it's getting chippy now. Tempers are flaring. Each half almost looked like 2 opposite games, essentially, if you really look at it. The Desert were pretty much dominating in that first half, or at least it looked like Santa Monica just couldn't get anything going. And they seemed to have luck on their bad side, but now, second half, Desert is just firing away with all the penalties and a little bit of bad luck. And Santa Monica really capitalizing on all of that.
Absolutely. They come to play in the second half, definitely.
.5 minutes and some change to go here in the game. The Desert sure are going to try to string together a nice drive here to put themselves within one score.
Big hit by 42.
Yeah.
Running back.
Huge hit. It was Jeremiah Blackman, as his buddy had him on a shoelace hold down there. Came in and drilled him. Got about 3 yards on the carry. 2nd and 7 for the Roadrunners. Shotgun passed out to the outside. 1st down for the Desert.
There's going to come a point when they're going to just have to rely on the pass more than they are the run, because the runs are grinding the clock down.
Corsair player down. He looks to be all right, though. He thought about getting up. Looks to be just something minor.
Who is that?
Can't see his number.
8, 7. That's our guy, Devin Williams.
Yeah, so he walks off looking fine. That's Kaylani Atwood, actually. Tweaked up on the play. Walks off all right. He was one of the shining stars of game 1, actually. Was Atwood. He had a sack and a forced fumble last week. Rushing out to the outside. Big yardage for the Desert. Tommy Ansley with the carry. About a 30-yard rush right there. 1st down and way more for the Desert. They're driving down the field. Here in the 4th quarter, down by 2 scores, and we're approaching 4 minutes to go in the game. So really at this point, they need to score right now, so that way they have a shot. We'll see what they go for. A fake handoff, and then a pitch. They're going for broke here.
Pulling out all the stops now. Carson Cox on the tackle.
Yeah.
Could almost intercept that for a fumble almost.
Well, and it's a great job on defense, right? A lot of movement. 3 guys touched the ball right there and got no yards.
Right.
So good stuff on everybody's accord defensively there for the Corsairs.
Clock is still running. 3:26 left. Doesn't seem like the Desert's in much of a hurry here to score when they're down 14 points.
You would think they would have a little more speed. Like you said, if you want to set yourself up, you need to score basically right now, so that way you have a good shot on defense. And that just seemed like miscommunication right there.
Threw one way, the receiver cut the other.
Receiver kept going, ball stopped right behind him. McKeefrey at quarterback looking for 100 yards today, just at 98 yards.
He started out pretty hot too in the first
he
quarter.
did. Three minutes, 5 seconds to go. 24-10 the score. Corsairs lead, 3rd and long for the Desert offense. Do or die play here. Stepping back for a throw. It's a deep one, looking for the end zone.
Ooh, almost intercepted, almost caught, incomplete.
Yeah, that was Devin Williams once again on the coverage. Breaking up the play, almost getting the interception. That was almost his 2nd interception of the day.
Definitely one of the stars of the defense today for Santa Monica.
So it's 4th and long. Almost certainly Desert will go for it. Really no reason not to. And and you can't reliably try for a field goal because you've gotten 2 of them blocked by now, and this is would be a 50-yarder or so. So they'll step back and shotgun. One last pass, going for broke. Out to the outside, good coverage. Incomplete pass. The Corsairs get the ball back with 2:54 to go.
And that should do it. 14-point lead for Santa Monica. They really came to play the second half, led by the defense. And the offense basically started executing when they had a little bit more time to develop plays.
What a turnaround for the Corsairs as they look to be 2-0. 2:45 to go. Corsairs were waiting for a couple offensive linemen that didn't know they were ready to go on the field. Now they will charge. Once again, 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in this one. Corsairs up by 2 scores. And it's just protect the ball time. You
That's
hand
the
it
name of the
off,
game.
get a couple yards,
Nothing fancy.
nothing fancy, pick up a first down or 2 and you're good. There's been some fumbles, there's been some interceptions, there's been some crazy stuff. So we're not in the clear yet.
It's been a wild game.
2nd and 8 here as the clock keeps ticking. Approaching the 2-minute warning, and it looks like the Corsairs will let it run to that. And Desert, I guess, chooses not to call a timeout before, so they could have given themselves 2 stops of the clock. But maybe they've realized it's over as well.
I think they're just thinking the bus ride home back to the
Yeah.
desert right now.
They're just checking traffic and, yeah.
I wonder what part of the desert they are from. Do you know?
I think they're like Palm Desert.
Palm
area.
Desert?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a healthy drive from Santa Monica.
That drive can be gnarly sometimes.
Yes.
So 2-minute warning, 24-10. The Corsairs really turned things around here in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Totally separate game. Basically needed the sun to go down, it seemed like almost.
It helped.
It was
It helped them.
totally different setting. And they really turned things around.
A lot of times it's the point of the game where you start seeing some substitutions come in from your bench, give them a little experience. I don't know if Santa Monica's going to do that or not.
Defensively for the Desert, I'd like to just highlight some guys. Number 40, Jermaine Stewart with 9 total tackles on the day. Big day for him. Number 13, Dylan Armendariz with 8 tackles. A lot of guys. Another guy with 8. Number 44. A lot of guys with high numbers in the tackling. So good job on the defense there for some of those defenders there for Desert. Just couldn't string it together as a team.
I think the Desert has some talent on both sides of the ball, just being their first game. I wouldn't mind seeing them 3 or 4 games from now just to see how they gel
Yeah.
as a team. I got a feeling they're going to be competitive.
Just over a minute to go here. Minute 15 left. Clock keeps ticking. Handoff to Reynoso. He pushes ahead for a first down. And that should be a game-stealing first down. And it's only right that it was Reynoso carrying the ball across that first down marker. With a minute 3 seconds to go. They'll have to fire off one more play. And that should do it. Anybody that played football or plays football knows that this is their favorite lineup here. Victory formation. If they go for it, they will.
Santa Monica's next game's on the road at Chaffee High School. I'm sorry, Chaffee Junior College.
There it is. The kneel seals the game. The 24 seconds will run down. 24-10, the final score. The Corsairs take the victory. Michael Cruz, the starting quarterback for the Corsairs, 18 of 32, 148 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And if you want to highlight Reynoso, please go ahead. He needs it.
He's definitely a star in the making in this league, and he's just a workhorse of a running back that seems like he's extremely hard to stop. And the most telling sign about him, in my opinion, he's a cutback runner, and he has a second gear. He doesn't give up after he's hit the first time. He keeps churning the legs, and that's a sign of a great running back.
That's exactly right.
I think he's got a great future.
Receiving wise for the Corsairs, Sean Greer, 5 receptions, 56 yards and a touchdown. Amir Smith with 2 receptions, 19 yards and a touchdown for himself. A lot of guys sharing the love on the receiving end for the Corsairs. So a great team victory today. Special teams was firing. Offense and defense started firing there in the second half. And the Corsairs are 2-0 as they look toward next week. Again, they're on the road.
Chaffee?
Chaffee College.
Not exactly sure what that is, but here comes Santa Monica next week.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for watching. For Gary Hughes, I'm Landon Klotz. We appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night and a great rest of your weekend.